Do you really think masculine men are going to give two shits about losing? They'd rather get in the fight and lose like a man than cowardly back out of a fight like a Coach Greg, in today's video, Bradley Martyn gets into a fight with Logan Paul. And so in case you're wondering how this all got started, well, people, they go on podcasts and they start challenging other people. I could beat you in a fight. You couldn't beat me in a fight. Well, what would really happen? And so the reality of it is I'm actually shocked that they actually fought. For the most part, people are trying to get banked. They're trying to get paid. How much money am I going to make? Is this really pay-per-view worthy? I don't think so. I don't think you could sell a pay-per-view by Bradley Martyn fighting Jake Paul. Maybe you could. I don't know. But regardless of this, they had a fight. We're going to let you know who won. How angry were they? What kind of fight was it? Let's get right into it.
Bradley is claiming that he wants to do an MMA fight with Logan Paul. I want to just check with Bradley right now and see where he's actually at on this. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Bro, I came here to talk to you about something, bro.
Okay, what's up?
You already know what it is.
What is it? What are you talking about?
Somebody's outside right now.
Yeah?
You know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Logan.
Okay.
And so Logan Paul pulls up to Zoo Culture and sees, are you a man of your word? Are you actually going to be willing to fight me? And so they were expecting that he would say no. But listen, when your reputation, when your manhood is on the line, somebody challenges you to fight, the chances of you backing down are slim to none. They asked Bradley, can we film it? Are you going to film it? And the answer is no. And so perhaps he didn't want to be embarrassed. What if he doesn't win the fight? What if he looks bad? What if Jake Paul makes him look like he doesn't know what he's doing? But he still accepts the challenge. He still accepts the fight.
He's a lot bigger than Logan. Don't put that in there. But he's like, I feel like he'd beat the shit out of him.
And so Bradley's friend, who just happens to be female, is thinking, I feel like he's going to beat the shit out of Logan. He's way bigger. I mean, after all, isn't he 260? But remember, Logan Paul is a trained fighter. He literally has practiced boxing and he's fighting in the WWE. And so day after day, year after year, the guy's been practicing. Bradley, on the other hand, although a very gifted athlete, very serious athlete, he is, after all, just a bodybuilder. It's not like he practices every single day. His career is not based on fighting. And so although Bradley Martyn is bigger than Jake Paul, he's not by that much. Jake Paul is literally a specimen. Have you seen his physique as of late? He's well over 200 pounds, chiseled, has a six-pack, muscles. And in a fight, it's not just size that matters. It's size times skill. If you're a skilled fighter and you're massive, of course you're going to have the edge. But if you're close to a guy's size and you're more skilled than that person, chances are you're going to be able to beat them in a fight.
You don't want to make this a real event? I said, no. Look, I don't fucking give a shit about a real event with Bradley Martyn. I gotta have a job and a wife. I tagged him in that story, and I said, I'll hit you up on the 6th or 8th. Don't let me down, Brad. You not down to run a real event? I've seen you mention an MMA fight a couple times.
Jake Paul and Bradley Martyn have been going back and forth in the DMs. I mean, where does all this stuff take place? In the DMs, of course. I'll hit you up on the 6th or 8th. Don't let me down, Brad. You not down to run a real event? I've seen you mention an MMA fight a couple of times.
I feel like he'd beat the shit out of him.
That's the allure of the fight. People watching this as well think that he can beat me convincingly. I'm gonna stroll in there, probably hungover, and beat his ass.
And so Logan's saying, listen, people think that Bradley's going to beat me up because he's much bigger than me, that he's better than me. But that's the allure of the fight. The fact is, I can kick his ass on any day of the week. I don't even have to try. I'm just going to show up and embarrass him.
If I lose, which is a possibility, right? It's like, it's got to be worth something more.
But here's the thing. Why would they fight? Why would they endanger themselves? Remember, you punch with your fist, you're going to break your hands. How much are we getting paid? In the end, it comes down to, how much am I going to get out of this?
Logan Paul gets $1 million USD. Bradley Martyn gets 250,000 USD. Certified Hitmakers LLC, get her 10% of everything. I'm offended.
And so being the smart businessman, the original offer was $1 million for Jake Paul, $250,000 for Bradley, and he of course knew he was going to say no. You think he's worth 25% of me? It's all about egos. And so he scratches up, says, no, here's the real contract. It's $1.5 million for you and $100,000 for Bradley. And so that appeals to Jake Paul. He's excited about this. Now I see my worth. I'm 15 times more important than Bradley Martyn.
10 mil for a fight with Bradley. And in which case, maybe I do want to have a real event.
Logan Paul then says, my counter is $10 million for an actual televised event. 10 million. Do these guys really think that they're worth $10 million? That there's that many eyeballs that would want to watch? Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much a fight like this is worth. I know it's worth something, but is it in fact worth $10 million? Well, consider that Jake Paul's fighting Mike Tyson for tens of millions of dollars. Who knows? Maybe.
Can you call him though while we're on the subject?
And so of course they go on podcasts, they call each other out. They say we need to sign a liability waiver. No one's suing anyone in case we lose, in case we get fought. After all, if you are fighting, there's a great chance you're going to get injured. And so shockingly, they actually go and fight, and for free.
So tomorrow, I'm gonna come by, and we can do this once and for all.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah.
And of course, they're doing this on a podcast. And so he's got him on the screen. He's there. People can see him. And so is he really going to back down? No, I'm scared. Do you really think masculine men are going to give two shits about losing? They'd rather get in the fight and lose like a man than cowardly back out of a fight like a pussy.
Are you going to try to come on camera, or are you going to do it legit?
You tell me. I mean, I'm sure someone will film it if there's people around, but do you want cameras or no?
I want to do something bigger, but if I can't, then like, why have it on the internet if I can just...
And so Bradley's saying, unless I'm being paid, I don't want it being filmed for the internet. Unless I'm actually getting money from this, I want to do it in private.
I just got a text message from Nina, aka Logan's fiance. Are you encouraging this stupidity, or are you a logical, rational person?
And so Jake's wife is thinking, are you being stupid? Why are you doing this? Imagine you want your husband to go and fight somebody for nothing. You're going to put your body at risk. Perhaps he breaks his nose. He might have an injury. He might not look as good, lose a tooth, break his fist. Why would you want to fight? I'm getting nothing out of this.
I'm sorry, wife. I gotta do this one for myself.
And so remember, Jake Paul and Bradley Martyn are both multimillionaires, and so why would they ever want to fight? What do they stand to gain from this? They're not making any money. It's done in private. They're not going to even film it. What do they have to gain? Their egos. Egos worth millions of dollars. People's self-esteem, their egos, what they think about themselves is worth far more than money.
How are you? How you feeling? Good, bro. Are you ready?
And so the moment of truth arrives, and Jake Paul arrives at Zoo Culture to confront Bradley. And so a rare scene, Bradley Martyn is there with his hat off. They've got the waivers. They're going to sign. They greet each other. It's cordial. They're not backing down. They're not angry at each other. They're very calm.
I didn't want to film it. No.
But you also wanted to fight in front of the Zoo Culture.
I said no cameras, no content.
Be in front of Zoo Culture.
Yeah, no cameras, no content. This is specific to that.
And so Bradley says, look, we're not filming it. You have to agree not to post anything. I'll fight you, but I don't want any video evidence. To me, that is a sign that he thinks he's going to lose. He doesn't want to back down. He doesn't want to embarrass himself. He's agreed to fight, but he doesn't want video evidence. Imagine they fight and he does very, very bad, and they show this evidence, they show the video, and everyone then makes fun of Bradley, and so his reputation could be on the line. And so much smarter to fight him in private. He can then say, hey, I fought Jake Paul, I lost, I gave it my best shot, but there's no video evidence of him perhaps holding him in a chokehold and spanking his ass or doing any of this nonsense.
So if we're going by the tweet, and that's what we're going by,
No cameras.
let's pop. No cameras, no content. We'll stop. We'll pop out front, like in the tweet.
Okay.
And so Jake Paul's saying, you said in the tweet, we're going to fight in front of Zoo Culture. Bradley's saying, yeah, but there's no cameras. There's no recording of this whatsoever. And so Jake's like, I want it to be filmed. I want to have video evidence of me whooping your ass.
You know, I have to stick up for Jake when I can.
And so Logan Paul saying, I had to stick up for Jake. When you talk about me, I'm sticking up for him. Hey, I'm a brother. They're going back and forth. They're having a discussion. It's very respectful. And so to me, there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, I respect you. Hope you know that.
Thank you. I respect you too, bro. For real. This is cool. I like the new location.
And so with the cameras down, let's get into action. Let's listen to what happens. There is an off chance that Bradley is harboring unseen security footage, although he did turn off all the machines prior to the fight. This is, however, what the fight sounded like, so imagine you were there for a moment.
That's it. That's it. Good stuff. Bro, thanks for letting that happen. Yeah.
And so following the fight, you can clearly see they're out of breath. You can see bruising on Bradley Martyn as well as Jake. Clearly, they were in each other's chokeholds. You can see bruising on the neck, on the body. And looking at their physiques, you can see that Bradley Martyn is a larger opponent. He has a lot of muscle, but Logan Paul is no slouch. Look at the physique on him. If I had to bet, I'm saying there's no way that he's natural. You're going to tell me that Logan Paul is 100% natural while fighting in the WWE, a man who makes a living based on physique and his performance? And so how many WWE wrestlers do you think are actually natural?
Boys gotta be boys, man.
And so if you look at the height of the two, they look very similar in stature, of roughly the same height. Bradley has more mass, more thickness, but Logan Paul, very chiseled, very muscular.
No, it's just mad respect. You just didn't back down. No, I know. Over here. That's respect, right?
And so Bradley Martyn is clearly disappointed, but I would say at the same time relieved. He's not injured. I don't see any broken bones. I don't see him bleeding from anywhere. And so although he lost the fight, he did so with grace and dignity.
You run your mouth about me, I run my mouth about you. Yeah. And like now at least, by the way, that was nothing, Brad, I'll be honest. Yeah.
And so Logan's saying, look, you ran your mouth about me. I ran my mouth about you. We were talking shit about each other, but we said it like men. They look like they're happy. It's resolved. How can anyone complain about this? They had a street fight, but they did so on mats. Not like it's excessively dangerous. They are at least on mats. They're not going to fall and hit their head. And as you know, that can be excessively dangerous. And so, hey, this is how men settle their beefs.
Why don't we train and do something for real?
I'm telling you, I might have an offer for you.
What, with you?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
And so Bradley's saying, look, the way this fight went down, why don't we actually train for this and let's fight for real in front of an audience, a pay-per-view perhaps. Let's make some money on this. Perhaps they're testing the waters. What kind of interest level is on us getting into a fight? A televised fight, that is.
Yeah, if you train for real, maybe. But I might have an offer for you for an actual MMA fight.
That'd be so sick.
And so Logan Paul's saying, look, great job. I may in fact have an offer for you. Stay in touch, train for this, and let's see what happens.
That fight was entirely about Bradley stepping up, and I'll be honest, respect, because he did it.
And so Logan Paul's respect for Bradley, he's like, he actually did it. He actually fought. I thought he would back down. There was no money involved. They challenged each other on a podcast. He was a man of his word.
The last time I hit something bare fist with this hand was when I broke it in Germany. Yeah. And when I was hitting him...
How does it feel now?
Perfect.
And so Logan's saying, look, when I was punching him, it didn't hurt my fist. I'd previously broken my fist in the past, but as I was fighting Bradley, it felt fantastic. I have no injuries. I'm feeling good about this.
When he had me in that guillotine,
I was like, oh,
I was chilling.
Yeah.
I knew, I go, as soon as this lets go,
His strength, his size can only keep me at bay for so long. Once I break free from this and I can punch the guy, I know I have it in the bag.
I'd be such a better MMA fighter than boxer.
And so Logan's saying, look, I'm a much better MMA fighter than I am a boxer. Give me the opportunity to grapple, to wrestle, to combine all of my athletic ability into one single fight, and I am going to do much better than when I'm limited by simply boxing.
In a very internet era of that not being able to happen, the fact that that happened with no cameras in a completely
that's why I
love
love
it.
it. That's why I
sick.
love that.
Yeah,
bro.
that was
Clearly, the endorphins are running wild. The dopamine, the excitement, the euphoria, the thrill of fighting. You can tell these guys are feeling better than freaking last time. After getting out of a fight and not being injured, you can imagine the thrill. The thrill of combat, the thrill of sport. This is what humans were designed to do.
Hi, babe.
And so following the fight, Logan calls up his wife, and the wife, surprisingly, she has this to say about it.
How are you, love?
hey, look at his eye.
What'd you do?
And so she's looking at his eyes saying, what did you do?
You fought a bodybuilder? Wow, that's exciting. How do you feel, babe?
I feel
strong.
And so she laughs and says, so you fought a bodybuilder. How do you feel about that? As if to say, well, big deal. You fought a bodybuilder. Are you proud of yourself? How do you feel? Are you feeling so big and strong? Are you such a macho man now? Do you want me to now bow down to you when you get home?
no.
And so she's negging him, she's teasing him, she's just being playful with him, but hopefully she deep down is in fact proud of him.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Okay, bye, baby.
She's mad.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Of course she's mad. I didn't do what she said, bro. But hey, pants. Come on.
And so perhaps she's a little mad. He said, hey, I'm not going to fight the guy. And he ended up fighting the guy. And so she's a little disappointed. But deep down inside, she's thinking, I didn't want you to fight him, but you did fight him and you won. And so she's thinking, yeah, I got a real man. He won the fight.
Did you fight Bradley Martyn?
Yeah.
And so Jake Paul calls up Logan and says, seriously, dude, you actually fought Bradley Martyn? This actually went down?
Like MMA?
Yes.
Bare fist, MMA.
And in an MMA fight, bare-fisted? Really? I'm impressed. I can't believe this.
Bro, he showed up. He took his shirt off. He was calm. He went to war. He fought. Like, he actually showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect that from him.
So the most shocking thing, it seems to be, was not that the actual result of the fight, but that actually Bradley Martyn was not scared to show up. And so remember, this is Bradley Martyn, who's famous for slapping a younger guy a lot smaller than him who took his hat. Should he have taken the hat? Of course not. Does slapping him in the face, is that justified? I don't think so. Guy's a lot smaller than him, although he shouldn't have taken his hat. It makes him look bad. People might think he's a bully. Perhaps he deserved it. I don't know. My personal opinion is, I think it's going a little bit too far. Why not just grab the hat from him, point at him, say, look, you do that again, you're getting beaten. Try me.
I don't understand why he did. I still don't
What do you
understand.
mean?
Bro,
What do you
so,
mean? You
so
can't
but
take a
wait, but wait,
balding
but wait.
person's hat.
Ah, yeah, see.
And so the guy's saying, I don't know why he'd slap me though. Like, what was this about? So clearly he hasn't learned his lesson. But this is coming from a kid with a full head of hair. What if you're very sensitive about your hairline? What if you're embarrassed and somebody exposes you and immediately your reaction is, you're getting slapped. And so you never know what is offensive or not offensive, what someone's childhood was like, and what led to this very moment. For you, it's no big deal. You laugh it off. But to someone else, you attacked their soul. And so remember, not all altercations need to end in a fight. It's much better to talk things out. We don't always have to fight over things. If you're a great communicator and somebody has a beef with you, try and talk to them. You don't need to say, let's have a street fight. I'm 260. Let's just fight this out. You can say, let's have a discussion. Why did you say this to me? Why are you being a bully? This is how you made me feel. Sometimes it takes more of a man, it takes you to be more masculine to not fight than it does to actually get into a fight. Oftentimes, people are scared to self-reflect. They won't look at themselves in the mirror. They won't ever think that perhaps they did something wrong. People's egos are very fragile. And so if you have a friend out there and you perhaps said something mean to them or they said something mean to you and they call you out for it, perhaps try giving an apology. In my own life, there are people that have said things. I reach out to them. They say, I didn't say that. And it's like, yes, you did. And they don't give two shits. And so friendships end. But if you literally speak to someone, you call them out on their bullshit, on their actions, and they don't give two shits about your opinion, they don't care about your feelings, were they in fact a friend in the first place? Or are they just friends with you because it was convenient for them? Sometimes you never know. If people don't care about your feelings, if you say something to someone and they genuinely don't care, and all they care about themselves, then are they actually your friend? I don't think so. In my opinion, lose those friends. You don't need them. To me, I'd rather have 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 friends that actually care about me truly than hundreds of friends that are only with you for your money, for your looks, for your charm, for whatever. Interested in the Seco protein bars? These are freaking amazing. Everyone is talking about these bars. 230 calories. They're 70 grams, very big bars. They taste ridiculous. 20 grams of protein. No matter who you are, if you're a dieting bodybuilder or just somebody trying to stay in shape, you can eat a Seco bar every day of the week. Interested in this or the Turk Builder, the GO2 Max, creatine is actually 50% off. Head over to my website. Don't forget to enter code Greg. Save yourself 15% on the cookbooks, the training books, coaching plans by me and my team. everything. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, watch one of those 2 videos. If you're interested in the free diet and training program, it's close to 50 pages. Nearly 100,000 people have gotten these. Join the 300,000 plus newsletter subscribers. Head on over to the HDLT Supplements website. And until next time, I am out.